We live in a world surrounded by objects, each with its own story. From a simple pencil to the tools we use daily, there are amazing and strange stories hidden behind the ordinary items we use every day. In this video, you will learn how ordinary-looking items actually have interesting origins. Let's start with something you probably have within arm's reach right now, the pencil. This seemingly simple tool has been used for centuries to write, draw, and even during World War II, as essential war supplies. None of us really want to think about what people used before toilet paper. The history of how we got to the cushy comfort of modern toilet paper is fascinating, from leaves and water to mass-produced rolls. Did you know that for a while, people were using old catalogs and newspapers? Talk about uncomfortable. Picture this. You're sitting down to a meal, but instead of a fork, you have to choose between a knife and your bare hands. This utensil we take for granted today was once considered controversial, even called the devil's tool by the church. Using a fork was seen as questioning God's design of human hands. The ability to see clearly is something most of us take for granted, but for a long time, people with vision problems had to make do with blurry landscapes. Enter glasses. These wonders of optical engineering have been around for centuries, helping people see the world in all its sharp, focused glory. The earliest versions of glasses were a luxury reserved for the wealthy and elite. Next time you're at the movie theater, munching on a big bucket of buttery popcorn, think about the long, storied history of this snack. Archaeologists have found evidence of popcorn dating back to ancient civilizations in the Americas, like the Aztecs and Incas. They used it not just for food but also for decoration and religious ceremonies. Post-it notes, a classic example of a happy accident that changed the world. Their invention started with a scientist trying to create a super strong adhesive, but ended up with something weak that could be peeled off and restuck multiple times. These little squares of colorful paper are now ubiquitous. Coca-Cola, the most recognizable brand in the world, with a past as surprising as it is intriguing. Initially marketed as a health drink, a cure-all tonic for all sorts of ailments, its popularity exploded despite the claims not lasting long. Imagine your doctor prescribing a cold glass of Coke for what ails you. Gumball machines. Those brightly colored glass-domed dispensers of sugary goodness have been a fixture of our childhoods for generations. The story of how these machines came to be is a testament to entrepreneurial spirit and a keen understanding of human psychology. The zipper, a ubiquitous fastener found on everything from our clothes to our bags. Its origins can be traced back to the natural world, specifically to the intricate webs spun by spiders. The journey from the initial spark of inspiration to the zipper we know today was filled with setbacks and redesigns. Early versions were clunky and unreliable, but inventors kept refining it until it became the go-to fastener we use today. The CD wouldn't have been possible without the Laserdisc paving the way, despite the latter being a technological marvel that ultimately couldn't compete with the smaller, more convenient alternative. The humble button, a small, unassuming object with a significant place in human history. Buttons have been used for thousands of years to fasten clothing, adorn garments, and even serve as currency. The button's impact goes beyond just keeping our clothes together. It has shaped fashion trends and influenced social customs. The zipper's ingenious design sparked a revolution in the fashion industry. Before the zipper, fasteners like buttons and laces were time-consuming and not always secure. There is a history hidden behind every object we use in our daily life. The things we interact with every day have stories that connect us to the past and human ingenuity. And that's it for this deep dive into the surprising backstories of everyday items. Keep your curiosity alive, keep exploring, and never stop questioning the world around you.